National Youth Service (NYS) was established by the founding president Mzee Jomo Kenyatta in 1964 through an Act of Parliament, Chapter 208 Laws of Kenya. This was among the first undertaking by the Republic of Kenya. Its directorate was formed in April 1964, headed by the late Dr. Geoffrey Griffin, the late Warohie Itote, also known as General China, and in August the same year, the first group of male recruits were enlisted. From 1966 onwards, female recruits were enlisted to the service. The National Youth Service is currently under the command of Dr. Richard Dubai. The mandate of NYS is to train young citizens to serve the nation and the employment of its members in tasks of national importance and otherwise in the service of the nation. Objectives: train the youth through training to serve the nation, the employment of its members in tasks of national importance or otherwise in the services of the nation, the employment of its members to serve with the armed forces during a state of war, insurrection, hostilities, or public emergency. Vision: catalyze transformative youth empowerment in Kenya. The mission is to discipline and empower youth through training to effectively participate in national development. The 5-point vision encompasses the following pillars. 1. Paramilitary training and service regimentation. 2. National service and youth re-socialization. 3. Social transformation and vocational training. 4. Enterprise and youth economy. And 5. Bankable institutional architecture. To achieve this ambitious 5-point vision, one would need to give the service a whole new look. This started with a change of the logo and official NYS motto, true to self, true to country, followed by change of the service uniform and theme colors to match the institutional brand. National Youth Service helps impart skills and knowledge in order to harness and subsequently exploit various potential among the young citizens. NYS enlists youth across the country between the age of 18 and 20 years. NYS is currently domiciled in the Ministry of Public Service, Youth and Gender Affairs, and specifically under the State Department of Public Service and Youth. NYS has 22 field stations and 17 schools situated both at the headquarters and in strategic locations across the country. Just to mention a few, these are Yatta Field Unit in Machakos County, Tumaini Farm Unit in Nyandarua County, Kirimun Field Unit in Samburu County, Tarbo Field Unit in Trans Nzoia County, Lambwe Development Unit in Homa Bay County, Hindi Development Unit in Lamu County, Garissa Mbalambala Field Unit in Garissa County, Nairobi Holding Unit in Nairobi County. It is worth mentioning that over the years, NYS has been engaged in the national development agenda in the following key projects, among others: groundwork that preceded the construction of the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport located at Embakasi in the outskirts of Nairobi City in the early 70s. Constructions of 480 kilometers of road linking Kenya and Ethiopia in the early 70s. Constructions of 390 kilometers of road in the second phase of settlement schemes, roads encompassing Timboroa, Band Forest, Tarbo, Dundori, Kinangop, and the West Kenya complex areas. Constructions of 130 kilometers of Thika Garissa Road. Rehabilitation of Yatta Canal in Machakos County. For over 50 years, the NYS has been a symbol of pride for the youth, a place for the youth to be molded into disciplined citizens, as well as trained in skills and competencies that help them later in life. However, we must all move with the time, and this is no different for NYS. Recruitment to the National Service is carried out annually through an open and transparent exercise. The enrollment exercise is open to young citizens, both male and female, of between 18 and 22 years of age. However, even though membership in NYS is voluntarily, interested candidates must meet the following requirements: possession of a national identity card, be of good conduct, be single and without dependents, be medically fit, and be in possession of at least D+ and above in Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education KCSE. On fulfilling the requisite terms and conditions and upon enlistment, the recruits undergo a vigorous exercise to instill in them resilience and positive character. The basic training is conducted at NYS College, Gilgil, and lasts 4 months, entails disaster management, communication skills, guidance and counseling, ethics and code of regulations, NYS Act, foot drills, physical training, social transformation. With the relaunch of the National Service, NYS has successfully recruited and trained over 21,870 youths, including those with special needs, who further disciple to 227,670 community youths under the National Service. After the basic training, the servicemen and women are posted to various NYS field stations spread across the country to begin voluntary service known as National Service. They are engaged in the following: integrated dam construction, integrated road construction, vector control, slum civil works, agribusiness, environmental management. The volunteer servicemen and women serve the nation in the field units for a period of 6 months. The defense of any nation, whether developed or underdeveloped, is the responsibility of all its able-bodied citizens, particularly the youth. In the case of national service, the role in Kenya's national defense is not only a call but a duty, and Section 17 of the National Service Act makes it lawful for the President to order the service or any part thereof to serve with the armed forces during a state of war, insurrection, hostilities, or public emergencies in the defense of the nation, whether within or outside. One of the core functions of national service is training the youth for national development. The servicemen and women are selected for different courses depending on their academic qualifications in line with NEC enrollment requirements. The training provided in NYS is categorized into 3 levels. Artisan courses. Programs offered at artisan level range: MVM, carpentry, electrical installation, driving. These courses are offered in 9 technical schools, among them Rural Craft Training Center Tarbo, NYS Advanced Building School Gilgil, NYS Plant Operator Mechanic School Yatta. Craft courses. Courses offered at this level include automotive engineering, ICT, welding and fabrication, carpentry and joinery, masonry, fashion and design, diploma level, mechanical engineering, telecommunication engineering, electrical engineering, construction plant engineering, agribusiness, business courses, ICT, hospitality, food and beverage, housekeeping, just to mention a few. National Youth Service also conducts induction courses for its members of staff to enhance their performance. Currently, National Youth Service is involved in slum upgrading projects and other youth empowerment programs across the 47 counties with the aim of creating an enterprise youth economy among the youth through self-employment promotion units, SEPU, and SACCOs run by community youth cohorts. There are also plans to undertake the following: integrated construction companies, youth labor export, and commercialization of NYS training institutes. Finally, The restructuring and sustainability of National Youth Service entirely depend on the youth. In word and voice, National Youth Service clearly conveys its concern that most important thing for the youth qualifying from NYS, and indeed from all institutions of learning, is employment and the prospects of better life. The future idea for the service is to train young citizens of this nation to become useful citizens who can channel their boundless energy into constructive activities instead of becoming delinquents. The National Youth Service generates a form of appropriation in aid, AIA, through sale of farm produce. Some of the crops produced on large scale for the domestic market include, among others, maize, bananas, tomatoes, cabbages, wheat, rice, and potatoes. In addition to this, the service rears beef and dairy cattle. Work with no play makes Jack a dull person. To enable NYS fraternity carry out their day-to-day tasks effectively, they do take sporting activities seriously. National Youth Service apparently has unlimited duty to society. The service is actively engaged in HIV and AIDS awareness campaigns, be it through dance, talk, recital, or play. They are in the forefront in fighting the scourge. The service also runs fully fledged VCT centers in Nairobi, Mavoloni, and other stations. As far as spiritual nourishment is concerned, NYS fraternity delights in their chaplaincy docket inaugurated a few years ago. Church services are now conducted within NYS institutions.